All right. Welcome, everybody, to day 4, US Open, and we're in the second round. So first round's done. I mean, it was an eventful first round. There wasn't too many... Didn't feel like there was too many epic matches, but it did feel like there was a lot of epic moments. You know, we had Venus going 3 sets, turning back the clock against Mukova. We obviously had the Medvedev situation, which was a 5-set match, but it wasn't really about the match. It was about what happened between the points. Eala, her first Grand Slam win, coming back from 5-1 down against a very in-form Towson. Gauff yesterday getting through in an epic fashion. So, I mean, there was a few good matches, but overall, the first round, yeah, I mean, it wasn't most of the big names, except for Gauff, got through. Djokovic won easily, Alcaraz, Sinner, Swiatek, Sabalenka. They all got through. We had Keys going down. I mean, that's probably the biggest upset so far, Keys losing. But that was it. I mean, yeah, on the men's side, I don't think we had any upsets, really, except for Medvedev, but maybe, I don't know. He's the highest ranked player that lost, but he's the only top 20 player that lost. And then Svitolina losing, Towson losing. Keys, the only top 10 player to lose so far. So it was a pretty solid first round for the top 10. Now, it's starting to get interesting, though, because we've got Raducanu taking on Tjen, who is from Indonesia. Don't have many Indonesian players. I'm not sure if what the history of tennis is in Indonesia, but we'll find out today. She's a qualifier. She came through the qualies, won the first round. Now is playing Raducanu. And then we've got Djokovic coming up in 30 minutes. He's taking on a qualifier as well. And then we've got Eala come up later. Fonseca's playing later. Tonight we've got Alcaraz playing. Sabalenka's playing tonight. Paolini's playing tonight. Shelton versus Carreño Busta, which feels like it could go 5. Fritz is also playing today. Rybakina, Runa, all playing today. So yeah, so a lot to cover. Pegula's also playing, so a lot to keep an eye on. But how are we doing, Joe? What's going on? Jen plays like Barty. Okay. All right. Well, that'll be fun. That will be fun if she... how Raducanu can deal with that. That'd be fun. Jen beat Kudermetova, and she's no pusher. Oh, yeah. Kudermetova made the semis of Cincy, right? So you beat someone who's in form, everybody will take notice. Raducanu's going to serve first, by the way. Tsitsipas won. He did, yep. Will the Joker win in straight sets? Probably. I mean, I'd be shocked if he didn't. I'd be pretty shocked if he lost a set, unless he something happened, like someone he was tired or something. Yeah, Schneider lost. She won a title last week, but then hadn't played well most of the season, or hadn't been playing great. And then she won a title, and it looked like she turned around, and then she lost first round. So that was, I don't know what to think of that. That was strange. Her forehand is similar to Barty's, and she opted for a slice backhand. Okay, well, it's gonna be real fun then. Let's enjoy that. Navarro's playing as well. Yeah, Navarro is about to start as well. Emma is always choosing to serve first. That's probably Roy's doing. She used to always choose to receive. Okay. Used to go against Raducanu, but lately she's very much improved. Well, good. Glad you've changed your tune. But yeah, this should be fun. Her game reminds me of Barty a lot. Well, yeah, that's what I keep hearing. So let's see. It's the first time since 2014 that Djokovic has worn a color other than blue or white at the US Open. Really? What a weird stat. Who knew that? Who? First of all, who gave that? Where did you find that out from? But also, like, who would know that. What a stat. Who decided to go through like, when was the last time he wore not white or blue? Like, who did that? That's someone with a lot of time on their hands. That is such a niche stat. Now, can you tell me when he won the US Open, was he wearing blue or white? Is there like more times that he was wearing blue, or was it like he was wearing white when he was winning most of the time? Like what's the stat between color of shirt and victories? Actually, you know what? How many matches did he wear in the blue? How many matches did he win in the white? And that way we can determine whether or not it means anything. Also, has he ever worn black at a Grand Slam? Can you tell me that one? I really want to know. I really want to know. Where'd you get that stat from? Saw it on Instagram. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it's a good stat, I guess. It's one of those like you're scrolling and you're like, oh, cool. And then you keep scrolling. You're like, oh, okay. Does it mean anything? Probably not. You know, it's 15 love as Raducanu serves down the tee and it's 30 love. I don't think it means anything. Like, does it have anything to do with any, like, is he going to win? It's just one of those like, oh yeah, cool. $30 love. Anyways, I'm going to go Raducanu I'm going to go straight sets because I don't know about Tjen, but I mean, Tjen, I'll tell you, from a distance with the forwards hat and that forehand inside out winner, Barty. That was Barty. I mean, she looks like Barty. Like from a distance with the hat, I mean, she's wearing the outfit and with that inside out forehand, that was Barty. I just had a flashback. What is it, 2021? 30-15. As Raducanu serves. Into the forehand of Tjen. Backhand out to backhand as Tjen goes down the line. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Tjen with the forehand on the stretch. Jesus Christ, chat, you were not kidding. She plays like her game. That is you were not kidding. 30-0. You were not kidding. Raducanu serves. As the return goes out by Tjen, and it's 40-30. Be kind. Perhaps they notice the color she's wearing on. Huh? Are you talking about Djokovic or Raducanu? All right. 40-30. Serving to the forehand of Tjen. Return goes back into Raducanu. Tjen with a slice. Chat, stop. Backhand goes into the forehand of Tjen. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Tjen with the forehand again. Raducanu slice again. Goes into the forehand of Tjen. And Tjen hits it wide. And it's one love Raducanu. Chat. This is the match that we were supposed to get in 2021 when Barty lost to Rogers and then Rogers played Raducanu. This is what we're waiting for in 2021 when Barty, just before Barty retired. Remember, she was supposed to play Raducanu, but then Rogers got the win. Rogers took Raducanu on. Raducanu beat Rogers, went on to win the whole thing. This is as close as we're going to get to Barty Raducanu. Crazy. It's crazy. Like, she is. How old is Tjen? Was Tjen like? Did she like grow up watching Barty, or she like modeled her game around? Like, it is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, like, even to the forwards cap. I mean, she's wearing, again, she's wearing the outfit of that Barty would wear. It's not the same brand, but 23. She's 5'6". I think Barty was about that. 2018, she started playing. She played in college as well, so that's why she's sort of a bit of a late bloomer. She's 147 in the world currently, which is her highest ranking, career high ranking right now. She did win. She's played a lot of challenges and futures this year, and she's won a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles this year in the challenger circuit, or the lower tier of tournaments. Mostly in Asia, so South Korea and China. She then went to the States, and in July, August, made the final of a couple of tournaments as well. actually made the final of a W100, which is basically the highest level of one of the highest levels of challenger events. It's not a challenger. It's not called a challenger, but we're calling that to make it easy. It's just like a W100 is like the one step below W250, right? Which is the fourth tier of WTA professional events. So she made a final there, lost in 3 sets in Landisville in America. Made a W75 as well in Lexington in July. So she went from winning W35s and W50s in Asia to then getting to finals of American higher level American tournaments. So she's in form. And she's now at 15:30. She's about to get broken. Serve. Into the back of Raducanu. Jen with the forehand down the line. That's a good shot. Raducanu gets it. Into the forehand of Jen. And Jen puts it away. Forehand winner down the line, 30-all. Also, last year she won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tournaments last year. Sorry, 7 tournaments last year. So in the last 12 months, because June she started winning tournaments, 3 tournaments back-to-back in Tunisia. Since June last year, so what's that, 14 months? She has won 13 titles in 14 months on the lower levels of... So she's playing real well. I mean, she's confident. She's averaging a title a month in the the lower ranked scene. She's down break point though, 30-40. She also won a bronze medal in the doubles at the Asia Games back in 2022, and played college tennis for Oregon and then Pepperdine between 2020 and 2024. She was at college, so that's why we haven't heard of her or seen her, because she's been on the college circuit, and that goes in there, and there's the break. All right, 2 love. It's all right. We're just getting started. So she was playing college tennis. That's why we haven't seen her. And then obviously, middle of last year, June last year, she obviously finished the her college tennis, and then started playing WTA and started winning everything. So she was. It's not that she's breaking out now because of. She was grinding and not playing great tennis early in her career. She went and played college, so she couldn't play WTA. So that's why we haven't heard of her until now. Never played a Grand Slam before this one. Hasn't even played qualities of a Grand Slam before this tournament, which is a little bit wild. Also has double bageled 4 matches, it says here on Wikipedia, which is interesting. And her college, she was a good, she won a lot of awards in the college tennis. She won a lot of awards in college. I'm going to go through all of them. Ready? She won Northwest Region Rookie of the Year in 2021. She was an All-American in the singles in 21. These are all 2021. Pac-12 Player of the Week in April of 21. All-Pac First Team, or All-Pac-12 First Team. Pac-12 Freshman of the Year. She won all of those awards. Then in 2022, she won West Coast Conference Doubles Team of the Week twice. She won Singles Player of the Week in the West Coast Conference as well in April of 22. She was All West Coast Conference Singles and Doubles First Team Honorary. 2023, she won. She was an ITA, which is the International Intercollegiate Tennis Association All-American in doubles and singles. She won West Coast Conference Doubles Team of the Week 6 times in 2023, and in singles, she won it once. She also made the All West Coast Conference First Team in doubles and singles again, and was West Coast Conference Player of the Year in 2023, and then in 2024, which was her final season of college, West Coast Conference Doubles Team of the Week another 7 times, singles twice, and then also was All West Coast Conference First Team in both singles and doubles again. So again, crazy good college career. That's crazy. There's some, if you look at on Wikipedia, her honor list is longer than Djokovic's records. That's not true, but it might be. And then this year, she's already won a couple of ITF awards, Player of the Month in May and June in 2025. And she's about to break back. So obviously, talking about her accomplishments is not a jinx. She's a hell of a player. 15-40. Raducanu serves. A fault second serve. So yeah. So she's been hiding out on the college circuit. Now she's here. And she hits it long. 30-40. So yeah. And obviously beat Kudermetova in the first round of this event, which was her best win by far. But again, she's only just starting. She is the first Indonesian woman to win a match at a Grand Slam since Angelique Widyaya in 2003 at Wimbledon. So she is the first Indonesian player in over 20 years to win a Grand Slam match. As that goes out by Jen, and it's deuce. So that's a huge accomplishment. I'll tell you what, chap. Between Eala and Jen, Indonesia and the Philippines, I mean, Southeast Asia is representing at this event. And in tennis, it's great. We obviously know that China and Japan have been huge, and India at times as well has been huge in tennis over the history. But now you've got the Philippines, you've got Indonesia. There's some players out of Thailand as well. South Korea's had some players as well. Yeah, Wong is also part of the new generation of Asian player. Is it a backhand rally? Slice now from Jen into the forehand Raducanu. Jen with a forehand on the stretch. Down the line's a good shot. Raducanu backhand cross. Jen with a slice. Raducanu slices it back. Jen forehand cross court. Raducanu pass. Jen with a volley. Oh, that's nice, but Raducanu gets it and puts it in the net. Tell you what, we're going to watch more of Jen. She is very fun to watch. She is good to watch. She's got all those shots. And everyone who said Barty, I 100% agree. It's scary. It's scary how close she looks to Barty. It's crazy. Like that slice backhand coming to the net just sent me back to 2021. I'm having flashbacks. All right, advantage Jen. She is going to be somebody we're going to watch. Serving to the back of Jen, return the net, and Raducanu survives. Deuce. All right, deuce. Serve again from Raducanu. Raducanu's already got the break. And she serves out wide. Jen returns in the net. Good second serve by Raducanu. That was a big serve. All right. Advantage Raducanu. Advantage Raducanu. Serving to the back of the Jen. Return goes in the net, and Raducanu keeps that break. 3-love. 3-love Raducanu. All right. What country does Jen represent? She's from Indonesia, which is Southeast Asia. I've been there a few times. It's a lovely place. In fact, maybe I'll add that to my trip to the Philippines. Maybe that's what I'll do. At the end of the year, if I can figure out when I need to be there. All right. Love her game, Jen. It's like Barty. Oh, yeah. I mean, the first thing is she's wearing Barty, like a Barty outfit, right? She's got the forwards cap, which was iconic Barty, because not many players wear like a visor, right? But not many players wear the full cap. Barty did. she's got like, even her outfit, it's very Barty-like. If you go back and watch Barty 2021, you could, the comparisons are crazy. But then the game. I mean, the game is ridiculous. The forehand just has that Barty, like, it doesn't have the power. Barty didn't have the power either, but it's like that precision. It's just that like, again, like Federer, it just has that like effortlessness to it. She's got that slice backhand. She also came to the net before and hit a great volley. So she's obviously got the hands at the net too, which is, again, what Barty had. So, I mean, the comparisons are so obvious. Like, you can tell. It's so... And as somebody who obviously watched a lot of Barty, yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Again, if you were walking past and you were watching one point of this match and didn't see the names, you would think that Barty came out of retirement. You'd be like, hang on, I thought Barty retired. She has got, it's crazy. I love 15. I tell you, with a little bit more experience at the top level, who's to say that she couldn't get to like, top 50, top 20? Because she's got all those shots. And see, now I'm playing the game where I want to see her play Sabalenka. I want to see her play Raducanu. I want to see her play Swiatek, right? And I guess if you're Jen's coach, I don't know if it's by design or by accident that she looks like she's playing like Barty, but you can go through all the matches that Barty played against Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Gauff, and you can take a bit of what Barty did against them and try and... I mean, if Jen can play that game, you've already got someone to base some strategies off, right? So if she does start playing those top 10, you'd be watching the Barty matches and going, what does she do to beat them? I know it was, 3-4 years ago, but still, the blueprint will be there. Whether or not it works, it's another thing, but it should be fun to see how she does. She's a lovely forehand winner. 15-30. Great serve down the tee. And like, she's only 5'6", right? I mean, same height as Barty. And Barty had that great, not powerful serve, but just a very smart serve. 30-all as Jen serves. An ace out wide. Okay, there you go. Right on time. Djokovic is going to start up in a bit, so we'll get that ready as well. (40-30). Serve to the backhand of Raducanu. Jen with a forehand. Into the forehand of Raducanu with a stretch. Lob goes up. And in the net. Jen's on the board. 3-1 Raducanu. I bet they were going to ask Raducanu about Carlos's haircut in the press conference. Probably. And that'll be weird. I'm so excited to find out what she says. I'm really excited. Can't wait. All right. 15 love. Raducanu serves. Jen will cause the upset. She already caused the upset in the first round, so this would be another good, very, very good win. 30 love. And chat, I tell you, between Eala and Jen, and other players too, in Southeast Asia, there isn't many players coming out of that region, right? So it would be awesome to see, because there's a lot of people that live there. There's a lot of people. It's a huge population, and we already know that that China is doing really well in tennis, and we've they're kind of finally breaking into that market after 20 years. Even though Li Na was there obviously, but consistently on the men's side as well now. There's a lot of players coming out of China. But to then also, have players coming out of different parts of Asia, not just China and Japan, it's huge. That's huge for tennis. That's a massive market. They don't have many tournaments. They've got, I think, a tournament in Singapore on the WTA. Maybe they go to Thailand as well. Maybe they did that once or twice. But there's no tournaments in the Philippines. There's no tournaments in Indonesia. I think they used to go to the WTA finals, went to Indonesia a couple of times. Maybe back in the 2000s. Maybe. So, I mean, again, there's a huge opportunity to turn the Asian swing, not just from China and not just being China and Japan and Korea, but Japan, to make the Asian swing be like all of Asia, right? Not just the big three sort of, northern hemisphere places. You can go to, Philippines. They're going to make a tournament in the Philippines. They'd be crazy not to do that. You got 100 million people there. Eala is already getting people going to her matches and selling out crowds when she's, 70 in the world. How do you not go to the Philippines eventually? Be wild to not do that. As the return goes in, no, it doesn't. It goes out. All right, Raducanu holds 4-1. Raducanu serving well. Philippines, Indonesia crowds are crazy too. It would be crazy. Oh yeah, super. And it's funny because not crazy like how New York crowd was the other night with Medvedev, but crazy and supportive. But they also respect. If you've seen tournaments if you go watch before the Asian swing became a thing, which was early mid 2000s. Go watch some tournaments. Go watch the ATP finals in Shanghai back in the 2000s. And I know China is a different place, but those crowds were so loud. They were just so excited to have tennis. Didn't matter who was playing. And that's the kind of atmosphere we would have. Very respectful, of course, yeah, but super loud, super supportive. And look, I don't want to compare, but I'm going to the Middle East, right? Because in the Middle East, when we go to Abu Dhabi or we go to Dubai, we always talk about how there's not as Dubai is actually they're not too bad. Dubai have got crowds, but when we go to those sort of tournaments in the Middle East, the crowds aren't there as much, and it's not as loud. The crowds aren't as loud. Asia is where it's at, or South America. They need to if you want better attendance, that's where you go. Do people actually go to Saudi to watch the WTA finals? I don't know if people go there, but people from there might go there. I mean, last year they had people there. But that was, again, I'm talking more the February events, But they could do two things. I know the Asian swing is sort of in October, but, once you get out of Australia to kind of bridge the gap between going, you could go to, place. I mean, they go to Singapore already. You could chuck in a couple of tournaments, one in Indonesia and one in Philippines. In February, right, when everyone's kind of coming off the Australian Open, it's not too far away. It's, just go up. I think Melbourne to Indonesia is 6-7 hours on a plane. You could go there, play a couple of tournaments, and fly over to over to California, which is where the next big tournament is. So instead of doing the Middle East, you could have an option to do the do Asia as well, if you want. They could do that, and they would get crowds. But logistically, if you think about it too. If I'm a tennis player and I don't live in Australia, or even if I do, and I go from Australian Open and then I go to Indonesia or Philippines, it's much better than going to Europe and then going to America. If you from Australia to Europe is 24 hours, and then from Europe to the West Coast is probably another 12 hours. So you're flying everywhere to do that. But if you go from, and that's on the ATP, but if you go from Australia to Philippines, it's maybe 8-10 hours. And then from Philippines over to California, it's a lot less travel. 40 Love. I'm not sure what the weather's like in that time of year, but maybe that's a problem. But you can do it indoors, right? You can play indoor tennis. You don't have to play outdoor. You can play indoor tennis. in Indonesia and Philippines. 40 love. As Jen double faults, 40-15. The Middle East give the tennis federations the most money by far. Can't get rid of them. No, so I'm not saying get rid of them. Because, yeah, obviously, that is a factor for sure. Like, they pay for the tournaments, right? They're paying for those they're paying for those matches, those tournaments. And they're given a lot of money for those tournaments, which is great for the WTA because the WTA have struggled financially over times. But I don't see why they couldn't put a couple more 250s in. Like I said, they got Singapore. Why not put a 250 in? Okay, let me do the thing, and then we'll get Djokovic on. In fact, let's start Djokovic now because he's probably about to start, and I'm going to miss it. But we'll play calendar. I don't know what the game is. I just made it up. Musical chairs. Calendar musical chairs. Raducanu, 15 love. What's going on, everybody? We've got Djokovic coming up against Schweider. Schweider. It's going to be a hard name to say, but we'll get it right eventually. Qualifier. And we've got Raducanu taking on Jen, who is also a qualifier. 30 love. So if we're going to reorganize the WTA calendar a little bit, so in February, right? So you go from the Australian Open, they go to Linz and Singapore. So there's already a tournament in this part of the world, right? In sort of the in Asia already, right? So then instead of going from Linz, there's Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Dubai, and then you got some tournaments in. You can't have any tournaments during the 1000s. That's a rule. But you could have Singapore, and then instead of going to Romania in February, move Romania to the end of the year where you've got more indoor tournaments, or at least on the ATP. And then instead of going to Abu Dhabi, you have the option to play in Philippines, or you have the option to play in a 250 in Indonesia. So that Singapore, you can connect to that. You don't have to go to Abu Dhabi if you don't want to. And then after that, you go Abu Dhabi, Doha, Dubai, and then after Dubai, they go to Mexico or Texas. And maybe after Dubai, you go, well, you can have the option to go to the Philippines if you want. Because again, if you think logistically, right, with the world, you go Melbourne, you go up to, wherever in Asia, and then you go over to the Middle East. But California is like over here, so you got to fly all the way back over here eventually. But going to like Austin, Texas is overshooting the flight. You got to fly over, unless you go the other way, but you got to fly over California to get to Texas. Not saying that Austin doesn't deserve a tournament, that it does, but also wouldn't it be easy to go from Dubai to Philippines and then Philippines to California? Wouldn't that be a good option? Wouldn't that be a nice thing to just an option? Give them an option, But they're getting rid of 250s. They're making more 500s, so I don't know if they'll do it then. But it's an idea for free. Take that one. It's free. Plus, like we said, crowds are going to be wild in both those countries. And if you're not the WTA, the US Open have already made a mistake today by not putting Eala on a bigger court. Because the court that they put her on, court 7, I don't know if it's a show court. I don't think it's a car park, but it's sort of like it's a smaller court, right? Not putting Eala on big courts at this stage when so many people are going to go watch her is crazy. So the WTA would be crazy not to sort of build. Again, I know there's in other sports there's franchise players. Eala has got the following, right? Why wouldn't you just try and why wouldn't you build a tournament around Eala? Why wouldn't you do that right now? And because what happens if in 3-4 years when who knows what's going to happen, right? But if Eala in 3 or 4 years, everything kind of settles down and she's a very consistent player, but maybe she's not top 10, maybe that time is gone. You have to do it now while everything's going crazy, right? All right, 15 all. There's a bit of 4 now to the 4 of Raducanu. 4 now from Jen. Into the back of Raducanu with Jen with the slice. Raducanu slices back. Jen forehand. Again, the back of Raducanu sliced. Jen with the forehand again. It's Raducanu with the backhand cross court. Jen with the slice on the stretch. It's Raducanu forehand inside out again to the slice of Jen. Again, the back of Raducanu with Jen backhand slice again. Raducanu backhand. Cross court winner. Beautiful rally. Great hitting for Raducanu. All right, 15-30. 15-30. A bit of serve into the back of Raducanu. Jen with the forehand of the net. Just couldn't get her feet in the right position, that one. 15-40. Raducanu, set points. $15.40. There's a bit of fault from Jen, second serve. Can Raducanu or Jen take on Eala in this draw? They can, but it's not going to be till the quarterfinals. As a return goes in, the forehand of Jen, backing out from Raducanu. There's Jen with the forehand again, the back of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Jen, as Raducanu backhand. Into the forehand of Jen, again the back of Raducanu. Jen backhand on the stretch with a slice. Raducanu on the attack. Hits a forehand winner. Great hitting Raducanu. And I know we've just been talking about, talking all these things. Even though it was 6-2, I do like what I see from Jen. Raducanu just too strong. 6-2. So yeah, so the only way that we get like a Raducanu, Jen versus Eala is if Eala beats Sabalenka and Raducanu beats both Raducanu and Paolini. So, or Jen beats both of them. So it's, unless they all lose, but that's a big if, it's going to be very unlikely that we get them playing in the quarterfinals. But it's like that top part of the draw is very, very tough. You got Raducanu, you've got Paolini, you had Towson, you got Sabalenka, you got Fernandez, Kessler's been good this year. So yeah, it's a pretty stacked top half. By the way, Jen won every point at the net, 5 out of 5, but Raducanu hit 5 aces. So Raducanu's serve is great. Jen's got that all-round game. Like we keep saying, body. I think only Eala and Fernandez are of Filipino descent. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure. Well, I know that I know they are, but I'm not sure if there's anyone else in the top 100. Raducanu keeps improving. Yeah, for sure. I want to see Raducanu. We're back in the third round. We need that match because as fun as it is to watch Jen, at the end of the day, if Raducanu does beat Jen, it's for Raducanu. It's like, well, yeah, she beat a qualifier. That's she's supposed to do that, right? But Jen has, like I said, Jen's got massive potential. But at the end of the day, Raducanu should win this match, and and the score should be straight sets. The Raducanu match right now is big. That's a big match. Raducanu playing really well, just beat Sabalenka in Cincy, and Raducanu has been improving massively over the last. She looks. It's funny because it's like she's been growing in confidence slowly, but then obviously there's been a lot of like people just shouting that she's terrible. But now I think people are starting to realize those people that have been yelling like, "Oh my God, she sucks," and then they're looking like, "Wait, hang on, she's in the top. She's almost top 30. Hang on a second, she almost was seeded here. Hang on a second, she's getting some really good results. Hang on," and then now it's like, "Oh wait, maybe she's not that bad." But she's been Raducanu's been good for like at least since coming back from surgery. She's been really good. She's just been slowly climbing the ladder, and she almost got seeded here. If nobody pulled out when the draw came out, which is before the draw came out, it was only 4 withdrawals, and that happened like 6 weeks ago, or maybe 2-3 weeks ago. If somebody else had withdrawn, Raducanu would have been seeded, which would have looked a hell of a lot different. All right, Djokovic is starting. Here we go. He's taking on Schweider. Let's see what Nole's got. Don't know what Schweider's got. I think he's maybe 5'10", Probably a bit more of a maybe like a bit like Tjen, maybe, I would say. A bit more of the grinder type. But we'll see whether or not he can push Djokovic at all. Nole, by the way, is wearing light blue, I believe, for those who paying attention. Good serve from Schweider. Love 15 Djokovic. Schweider backhand to the backhand Djokovic. Into the backhand Schweider. Djokovic backhand down the middle. Schweider forehand. Into the backhand of Nole. Schweider with the backhand. Into the backhand of Djokovic. Down the middle to the forehand of Schweider. Djokovic backhand again with the slice. Goes in the net. It's 15-0. All right. Raducanu, 30 love. As Tjen wins the point. Raducanu overhits it. 30-15. By the way, Schweider and Djokovic have never met before. Never played. No surprise. Schweider, I think, is like a 22-year-old, I think, from the US. Let me triple check. Yeah, 22-year-old from America. 153 in the world. Was 102 in the world 12 months ago, which was a career high for him. Yet to break top 100. I don't know if... I'll check the rankings in a second, but he might, after this week, be top 100. He did beat Ben Shelton in the under-18s national championship, boys national championship, back in 2021. And then he won his first US Open match against Marco Cecchinato, if you know who that is. He wasn't great on hard courts. And then he lost to Sinner in 4 sets in the second round in 2021 of US Open. That's pretty damn good. Losing to Jannik Sinner in 2021, I mean, Sinner wasn't unknown back then. What was the scoreline, I wonder? So, yeah, Schweider beat Cecchinato in 4 and then lost to Sinner 6-3, 7-6, 6-7, 6-4. So, not bad. Schweider taking on Sinner, who was at the time not in the top. He was still low ranked or getting started. So not a bad experience. Anyway, it's 15-40 break points for Djokovic. Schweider backhand into the forehand of Djokovic. Schweider with a forehand again. The forehand of Djokovic. Schweider forehand again into the forehand of Djokovic. Schweider goes down the line. Djokovic there with the back on the stretch and in the net. 30-40. Schweider has also won 2 challenger events this year. One in the Hall of Fame Open, which was on the grass after Wimbledon, and also in Lexington in a week later. So a little bit of form. Beat Manarino in Hall of Fame Open and beat Tomic in Lexington. 30-40. And he hasn't played any main draws outside of the US. But he has played the US Open. This is his 5th US Open main draw. Damn. All right. That's actually a lot. All right. 30-40 as Djokovic hits it wide and it's deuce. And his ranking, if he wins. By the way, I'll talk about Jen's ranking as well because she obviously has got going to get a career high ranking if she, with her result this week. So, by the way, Shelton being top 5 is insane. I love it. So, Schweider, if he does go down in this match, his ranking will still be outside the top 100, I think. Advantage Schweider. Schweider's going to be 126, which is not a career high ranking, but it is 19 spots higher than last week. So if he wins this match, obviously that'll be he'll improve. Still won't be top 100 if he wins, but he'll be getting close. So Schweider with a good boost in the rankings, and then Tjen is gonna be at a career high ranking because she was already career high ranking before this week. She's going to go up 23 spots if she goes down, and she'll be 126, which is career high. So if she wins this match, though, she will be pushing top 110. So, yeah. Again, if both the qualities win here, they won't be top 100 yet, but yeah. All right. Schweider holds 1-love. And Raducanu's got break points. 15-40. As the backhand return goes to Fauna Jen. Backhand out from Raducanu goes wide, 30-40. Yep, Eala starts in about an hour and a half. Joint is also 5'6". Is she? I thought Joint was like 5'10". I don't think Joint's that short. Pretty sure my Joint's tall, like taller. Pretty sure. I don't think she's 5'6". I'm pretty sure Joint is sort of like that 5'10", 5'11". She doesn't seem to be... She seems taller. Pardon me. All right, Deuce. Jen survives. The WTA records don't have any... Yeah, height NA. Okay, whatever that means. We'll never know. I don't think she's 5'6". I think she's taller. We'll see. We'll have to see her stand next to... Who's she playing next? She's playing Anisimova next. All right, well, if she's looking at Anisimova eye to eye, she's definitely not 5'6", because Anisimova's like 5'11". We'll judge her height by how tall she is standing next to... or how short she looks standing next to Anisimova. At Eastbourne, Eala and Joint with the same height. Yeah, and I think Eala is sort of like 5'9". So, yeah. So yeah, Joint's not 5'6". I don't think so. Anyways, Jen puts it in the net. It's advantage Raducanu. Who's the shortest Wimbledon women's player ever? I don't know. As Djokovic hits a lovely drop shot volley combo, and he goes to 40-love. You're not allowed to say short anymore. You have to say vertically challenged. No, we don't. What do you mean? Oh my god, are we really going there? Come on, that's a little too much. We can't use words to describe things now. That's crazy. Anyways, double fault Jen, and it's Raducanu with a break. 2-love in the second. I know Graves was joking. Hey. All right, 2-love Raducanu with a set and a break. All right. All right, Djokovic holds. 1-1. One game all. Joint's 170 centimeters. 5'7". Okay. Raducanu serves an ace. 15-love. Love. Okay, do you think Djokovic will play any tournaments after the US Open, not including the Six King Slam? Well, okay, so the entry list came out for Tokyo and Beijing, and he's the only player not playing that event. He's the only player not playing those events. Now, he does have Shanghai final to defend, but he said that he doesn't care about ranking, so I would say no. He'll play Six King Slam because obviously it's... You know what? He might play Shanghai. He might go from... Because going from Six King Slam to Shanghai would probably be logistically not that far. You know, it's not like he's going back to like America or anything. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Come here. Where the hell is he go? There's a mosquito in here, chat. Be on the lookout. There's a mosquito stealing my blood. 40-love. Where you at? Did I get it? No. I missed it. All right, 40-love. As Raducanu hits a 4-1, and it's 40-15. Djokovic won't play the ATP finals. No chance. Yeah, is he even like? I mean, it'd be crazy to be qualified playing like no tournaments. I mean, he's number 5 in the race to the finals, so it's not like he's. I mean, look, Djokovic could qualify if he does, makes a semi-final here, for example. He might qualify. I hope he plays it though. It sucks that last year was so disappointing because we're like, I don't know. I think. Chad, I don't know if you. I mean, look, Djokovic fans are going to be like, he can do what he wants to go. And I know, and he doesn't need to win the WTA finals. He doesn't need to do anything, right? But I also think that if you qualify for the ATP finals, unless you're injured, you should play. You should play. It should be mandatory that if you don't play, unless you're injured and you actually can't play, you can't just withdraw because you don't want to play. You don't feel like it. That shouldn't be a thing. I think you should have to play it. Because I know Djokovic has won it a million times. He doesn't need to win it or anything. But it is still an honor to be in, we want to see the best players in the world play each other at the end of the year. That's what the ATP Finals is all about, right? It's about the best players playing each other at the end of the year to see who is the best of the best. Unless someone's injured and they can't get there, which if they played, it wouldn't make, they wouldn't be competitive anyway. If you're healthy and you can play it, that's what it's there for. It's for us. It's for the fans to all, we get to see all those matches, we get to see the Alcaraz. There it is. Why can't I get it? God damn it. Chat, this is like the fly episode in bloody Breaking Bad. Got it. Roll the credits. All right, 3-love. Yeah, we want to see Djokovic Alcaraz. We want to see Djokovic versus all these guys. I don't know. I know Djokovic fans are going to, it's his choice. It's, he doesn't need to do it, all that stuff. But it's also if you qualify, unless you're injured and you have a reason not to play or you can't play, No, it's all right. The bug's fine. I just shoot it outside. I got it to leave the house. That's what happened. That's what I meant by got it. 3-love Raducanu. She's got the break in the second. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Chad? What do you feel about what do you think about Djokovic? He probably will qualify. He's already got 3,500, which is around the amount of points that you need to qualify. He'll play. Because he loves tennis. Yeah, but he didn't play last year, and he loved tennis last year too. So. 15-love. What do you think, Chad? Do you think Djokovic, if he qualifies, he should play? Or would you be fine with him withdrawing? Would you be happy if he just did whatever he wanted? Backhand goes in the forehand of Schweider. Backhand from Djokovic again, the forehand of Schweider. Djokovic with the drop shot. Schweider backhand. Djokovic volleys. Oh, Schweider slipped over. But he gets back up. And then he hits a lob and it goes out. 30-love. He isn't a slave for everyone's back and call. Oh my God. See, this is what happens, Chad. We can't have a rational conversation when that is the response. So as a Djokovic fan, you don't want to see him play. That's crazy. I would have thought as a Djokovic fan in the end of his career, you would want him to play you would want to see him as much as possible. Because you never know what his last match is going to be. As a tennis fan, I want to see more of him because, we know he's going to retire eventually. And the more we see of him, the better. If he's healthy, right? All right, 30-15. Also, I'm only asking him to play 3 matches at the end of the year. I'm not asking him to play a full season and every 1,000 event and all the Grand Slams and Davis Cup. It's only one event at the very end of the year. I don't think I'm asking that much. He'll play because it will be his last appearance. Oh, okay, that's a hot take. 30-all. Djokovic is already the GOAT. Okay. So we're not going to talk like adults. 30-all. Sorry I asked. 30-40. Raducanu trying to get the double break here. $30-40. Serving to the back end of Raducanu. Great return, Raducanu. Jeez, Raducanu is playing solid. I can't wait until she plays Raducanu. God, I hope Raducanu wins. Avoiding unnecessary injuries? Yeah, okay. Okay. As a Djokovic fan, I'm fine with what he decides. Okay. All right. For love. So I'm the only person that thinks he has to play. I'm the only one that wants to watch him play. All right. Cool. Chad, I'm going to compare him. I have to. Federer and Nadal played when they qualified, unless they're injured. And I'm not saying that they're better than him, and I'm not saying that they're the GOAT and he's not. He is the GOAT. But they played when they qualified, if they were healthy. And I would want to see the best player of all time do the same. I just want to watch him play. I want to see him play Sinner. I want to see him play Alcaraz. I want to see him play Zverev again. I want him to play the best of the best because he is one of the best still. If he was like 10 or 11 in the world, we wouldn't even be talking. But he's still in the top 10. He's still going to qualify. I want to see those matchups. Even because that might be the last time. There's no guarantee that he plays Alcaraz again. There's no guarantee that he plays Sinner again. But the best damn chance is if he qualifies for the ATP Finals, he's going to play one of them in the group stage. And I want to see Djokovic versus Alcaraz. I want to see Djokovic versus Sinner as many times as possible because when he's gone, he's gone. And we're not going to see him play them ever again unless they play some exhibitions. I want to see those matches while we can because there's no guarantee that we see them in the future. I know Djokovic fans are going to go, but no, Cam, he's going to make the final of the Australian Open and play Sinner next year. Don't worry about it. Okay, you know that for sure because you're from the future? There's no guarantee that's going to happen. Right? There's no guarantee we see him play Alcaraz ever again. Right? He's played Alcaraz once this year. At the start of the year. Right? But we guarantee a Djokovic versus Sinner or Alcaraz in the ATP Finals. We guarantee that. Unless one of them's injured. What about Djokovic Draper? Exactly. You're saying that you don't want him to, you want to sit, he can just do what you want him to do what he wants? Come on, be a little selfish. You can say, you're allowed to say, I don't agree with his decision. You're allowed to disagree with your favorite player's decisions. You're allowed to. Don't be shy. It's okay to go, oh man, I kind of want him to play though. And I really want to see him. Like, because when he retires, he's not coming back. He doesn't care though? You don't think he cares about these kids beating him? Come on. You think deep down he's like, oh yeah, I don't care about losing the semifinals to Sinner twice this year. No worries. I'm sure, yeah, okay. If he doesn't care, then why does he play at all then? If he doesn't care about those losing to those guys. There's competitiveness in him. He doesn't want to lose to those guys. Yeah, okay, in 1,000 level, okay, he doesn't care. That's fine. But the ATP Finals, come on. You know what though? He probably won't play Shanghai because he doesn't want to qualify. He'd rather be finished number 9 and say, well, I didn't qualify, I don't have to play. You know. But if he does well at slams, he's going to qualify. That's just he's just getting too many points. He needs to He needs to back off. He shouldn't have made the Miami final. That screwed him, you know. Making 4 semis at slams is going to get you in the top 8 at the end of the year. You know. Love 15. By the way, Raducanu was up 5 love. Sorry that I've gone on a tangent. I'm sorry. This match is going way too quick. Anyways, love 15. Jen serves. A fault, second serve. All right, second serve. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Return goes long, 15-all. 15-all. Also Djokovic, 15-all as well. By the way, we will get to see him play an exhibition against those guys. So, I mean, if you like, again, maybe the ATP finals just need to have more prize money because he's going to play the Six King Slam, and that's not, I mean, that's an exhibition. He's risking his health for an exhibition, so why does he do that? Is it because it's the prize money? Is it because he signed a contract he has to play that tournament all the time? I don't know. But basically, Six King Slam is going to be a preview to the ATP finals, so all right, 30-15. As Jen serves again. Jen hasn't been playing badly. Oh, no. Jen's been playing well. Raducanu has just been very high level. As Jen hits a 4-hand winner down the line, 40-15. Yeah, this scoreline is a shame because at the start of the match, we were talking about how good Jen's been. And she obviously had a great first round, but and I know the Raducanu haters are going to be like, but Cam, she's a qualifier. She's obviously, Raducanu's, game is obviously not that good or something. I don't know. They'll say something. But Jen's been playing well. Raducanu has just been playing better. As Jen gets on the board, 5-1. And I'm still excited to watch Jen in the future. She's got game. Also, 15-30. Schweider about to break. Slice from Djokovic in the forehand Schweider. Backhand of Djokovic goes long. 15-40. 15-40. Pecci is no longer with Raducanu. All right. Raducanu serving for the match. 5-1 in the second. And to possibly take on Rybakina in a couple of days. If that's not on if that's not on Louis Armstrong, at least, that should be an Arthur Ashe center court, to be honest, in the daytime. But, what would I know? Thanks, Deb. All right, love 15. Jen wins the first point. Djokovic, by the way, at 15-40. Back in there, Djokovic down the line. Schweider on the stretch puts up a lob. Djokovic with the bounce smash. He puts it away. 30-40. As with a 4 now from Raducanu. Down the line's a winner. 15-all. Raducanu's game right now. I mean, if she beats Rybakina in straight sets, what are they going to say? Huh? What are they going to say, chat? What are they going to say now? What are they going to figure? Oh, but Rybakina's not even that good. She's only won one slam. What are they going to say, chat? Huh? If Raducanu goes on and wrecks Rybakina, what are they going to say? Anyways, Raducanu serves. We'll wait. Hopefully we get that match. We're not there yet. Jen puts it wide. 30-15. And Djokovic survived. By the way, Djokovic played 5 games, 25 minutes. Classic. All right. Djokovic forehand down the line. Schweider gets back with a slice. Djokovic backhand. The backhand of Schweider. I nearly said Snyder. She lost already. Slice goes down the line from Djokovic into the forehand of Schweider. Forehand from Djokovic on the stretch. Schweider down the line. It's Djokovic backhand cross. Schweider gets it. Djokovic backhand again. Down the line. Schweider on the stretch with a forehand. That's a great shot, but it goes along just. And it's advantage Djokovic. Raducanu at 30-all here. All right, 30 all. Jen dresses like Barty as well. Yeah, the similarities are ridiculous. Cam, quick prediction. How many titles will Djokovic end up on if he currently on 100? I mean, he doesn't play enough tournaments to win titles, so probably not many more, to be honest. If he's only going to play slams, then he's not going to win more than 101. I mean, anyways, match point Raducanu, 40-30. Raducanu, match point. She serves out wide. Jen returns. That's in the net. Raducanu wins. Solid win. I'm being impressed by Jen, though. Even though that result was one-sided on the scoreboard, she showed some tennis, Jen. Definitely a player we're going to keep an eye on in the future. Mainly because of the Barty comparison. Like, she looks... If you like Barty, you'll like Jen. 100%. 100%. I'm a fan. And she played some good points today. Like, I know, 2-1. I mean, Raducanu's level is right now maybe as high as it's been. But I'm excited to see how Jen goes. Hopefully Jen can get in the top 100 so we can watch her a lot more. Very, very fun player to watch. She has got game for sure. Now, Djokovic advantage, by the way. As a return goes net from Schweider and Djokovic holds. 3 all. Now, we do have Eala coming up in about an hour, so this has actually worked out really well. It means that we don't have to, juggle too much. I made the mistake again of not eating before stream. That was bad. By the way, no Danishes yesterday. I was too late. No Danishes yesterday. I got there too late. I know. It's sad. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day. All right, we're going to merge the streams while we have a second. So if you want to keep watching Djokovic versus Schweider, jump on over here. But Raducanu's into the third round, and she looks solid. And she might play Raducanu. We're going to wait till Raducanu plays later. We'll see if she can, how she does. But Raducanu right now is the best match we could have. If you're a Raducanu fan, it's a great test. It's not Sabalenka, and she's almost beaten her before. But Raducanu is a great test for Raducanu. We're going to find out a lot if she does get to play her in the third round. And there's a chance Raducanu can win that match. There's a definite chance she can win that match. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. We're going to see that hopefully in a couple of days. But Raducanu wins 6-2, 6-1 and beats Jen in straight sets. Jump on over. We're going to keep watching Djokovic.